Good morning from Wien Heiligenstadt station. I am heading north out of this city today to Absdorf, in Lower Austria. And the idea is that I want to get back to the original idea of Wonderland, which was to get out and explore lots of Austria that perhaps other people didn't see. So today this is the start of multiple videos where we take a part in Tales from the S-Bahn. Well, not Tales from the S-Bahn, more like Wanderings from the S-Bahn. S-Bahn Wanderings. Yeah, I like that one. S-Bahn Wanderings. Come on. Now you're wondering what an S-Bahn is. An S-Bahn is a commuter train service that feeds the various cities. In Vienna, Lower Austria and Burgenland, OAPP operate 10 lines. S1 through 4, S7, S40, S45, S50, S60 and of course S80. Two of those lines are based solely in Vienna, and since Wonderland was about getting out of the city, I'm ignoring them. Now our starting line today is the S4. The S4 primarily runs from Absdorf, north of Tulln, to Wiener Neustadt, south of Vienna. 4 times a day the S4 begins in Tullnfeld, but this is solely for early morning commuters and I didn't fancy getting up early. So we begin with Absdorf. So the plan is fairly simple. First I take a wander around Absdorf before heading out into the countryside. There I follow the path of the river, which takes me up to Absberg, a tiny little hamlet just a few kilometers away. After a lunch break I mosey along to Stetteldorf, a town about 4 kilometers away. Once in Stetteldorf, Google tells me there is a beautiful Schloss or castle to look around. Once I'm done with the castle, it's time to head back to Absdorf, get a coffee or a drink, and then catch my train home. So as the train crosses the Danube from Tulln, Absdorf is up next. And I have no idea what's there, so this is going to be fun. And the first sight to greet me from the platform is a lager house, or kind of like a DIY store. They have this wonderful print on the side of the building, which is cool. I like it. And then we're in Absdorf, and it's very quiet. In fairness, Austrian summer is always quiet. And across the road from the station I see a, train. This is Moritz, the engine. Isn't it wonderful? It's always nice to see a steam train preserved. Now next to the train was this Buchersessel, or bookcase chair. It was one of 4 and was part of an art project for Absdorf. I came across 2 of these, and behind it, you can just see the hinges there, is a bookcase, inviting you to come, sit, read, and maybe take a book home with you. Walking along the street, I eventually reached Hauptplatz, which is home to many interesting things. First up, we have the beautiful St. Mauritius Church, and of course, statues of saints. It's all very nice and quite soothing actually. Yes, the church has been around for quite some time and finding a saint is not difficult. And the bells are quite loud, as you can tell. Alongside the church is the wonderful Oscar Mann Heimat Museum, which is a museum of local history. Now, I don't know much about Oscar Mann other than I assume he lived in the town, but if you're interested there is a virtual tour of the museum which I'll put in the description below. All too soon it was time to get out of town and into the wilderness, which is interesting. This is a map that shows you all the routes that you can wander around in the area of Absdorf, and boy, once you get out of town, it goes quiet. I mean, really quiet. There's only the sound of the wind in this shot. Well, there would be if I hadn't cut it. Along the way, I come across one of the first wayside shrines or wayside chapels that I'll see today. They're quite common in this part of Europe. You can see them in Czech Republic, to Slovenia, Slovakia, and here in Austria. From the chapel, I arrive at Absberg, a tiny little hamlet with this lovely little row of houses, except they're not houses. These are actually little wine cellars. And I mean cellars as in you keep wine in them. Oh, and they also sell wine, just to confuse you. Every autumn, the wine producers of the area will come down and they will sell you a little taste of wine out of these areas, and basically you can go on a little wine crawl. It's very posh. I recommend you try it at least once. It's awesome. And it's time for lunch. Lunch today, sandwich from Billa. Some cold water. It's real living, that is. But here's my view. From lunch, it's time to climb up from Absdorf onto the road and get across to Stettelsdorf. So, excuse me scooting down. I just made the climb up from Absdorf, near then onto Absdorf. And by damn, it's worth it. Take a look at this view. And yes, the view was something to behold. You could see the mountains in the distance and field after field of, well, things. What was annoying was the wind, as you may have noticed. Not only was it messing with my hair, it was messing with my sound, and generally just messing with me full stop. Still, there are worse places to be on a beautiful day like today. Job now is head that way, and we're going to find ourselves a schloss. So, come on, let's go. What was annoying was that the road was simply that, a road. There was no pedestrian path to follow, so I had to keep a good eye out for cars. Fortunately, the road was quiet. Look, a little bit of Scotland has found its way to Austria. Ow! Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't really poke at thistles. What was I thinking? But if the thistles were a surprise, the greenery just kept on coming. Okay, so I've been walking for about 25 minutes now, and in that time, just about every type of flora and fauna has passed me. There's been corn, there's been wheat, and now, some random sunflowers. It's absolutely fantastic. And if I show you behind me, come with me. Straighten you out. Corn. Now I've still got about 25 minutes to go. Let's crack on. After an hour or so's walk, I'm arrived in Stettelsdorf, the Rathaus. It's cute and quiet, very quiet. Come on. We still got the schloss to get to. And I wasn't kidding when I said it was cute. Take a look at this bus stop. It's like something out of the last century. It's fantastic. From bus shelters, we come to this Pestsäule, which I think is the right way to pronounce it, but basically it's a plague monument. You see a lot of these in Austria, Slovakia, Czech Republic, and they're there to, you know, mark the passing of the plague. The biggest one, of course, is in Vienna itself, but this is a very nice version anyway. Well, as nice as a memorial to plague victims can be. Then, of course, there's the church, which, in common with very many churches in the area, is the old Catholic style, and it has probably been here years, like hundreds of years. Then from the old to the new, and this wonderful little water feature that is very tranquil, I find. It's soothing, it's nice to sit by, although I'm slightly concerned about that owl in the background. I mean, he's cute and everything, but look at him. I mean, look at him. He's bearing into your soul. Or he's just cute, your choice. From owls, it was time to head to the schloss and our first disappointment of the day. Here is a wonderful shot right up the driveway of the schloss. It's really beautiful, and it's the only shot I got for the entire day. Which is sad, as my learn itself explains. It is disastrous using this car, sadly, the Schloss is private. I didn't know this. According to Google, it's a museum. It is not. It's a private Schloss, so there's no entry today. But getting here was pretty fun. For now though, I think it's time to get back to Absdorf and go home. I could use a cup of coffee. How about you? Yeah, when she says coffee, she means beer. However, I did manage to get this beautiful shot of the Schloss from the back as I was walking back to Absdorf, so it's not all bad, right? As I reached Absdorf, I found myself stuck at a level crossing while the train I came up on headed back to Vienna. It will be at least another 30 minutes before the next train, so I thought it was a good time, as I reached the platform, to sum up my day. Oh, and I needed sunscreen. Nobody told me about sunscreen. That's the day. I'm tired, which is fine, because I think I walked somewhere in the region of 12 kilometers today, which is not too bad. Now, unfortunately, my plans to enjoy the end of my walk with Pint turned out to be a dream, because Absdorf is such a quiet place. The bar I was going to have a drink in doesn't open till 5. So it opens in the morning, then closes for a siesta, and then opens again at 5. And well, I'll be on a train and back in Vienna by then. So it's been a really interesting day. It's a shame about the Schloss, but all in all, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, I think. Ask me tomorrow when I can't move. If you did enjoy it, like, share, subscribe, all that kind of thing, you know what to do. Next time, it'll be the next stop down the line. As you can see, I have an S4 waiting for me right here. So until then, thanks for watching, take care, and see you next time.